Hey, Scott Walker coming to you from Capitol Audio Fest 2024, room 853, Scott Walker Audio Synergistic Research Room. What's up, Ted?
We had another great show as usual.
As always, man, we knock it out of the park.
It's my job to make all dogs hunt, and this system was banging.
It was
really good.
So, Ted, for the viewers out there in audio land, let's talk about some of the new SR items that we showcased here at the show. Pick one and let's rock it.
Well, the new SRX power cell.
Yeah.
Okay. I developed it and got the broadest interpretation of the patent for the electromagnetic cell over 10 years ago. Mm-hmm. And we've been improving its function, but we haven't fundamentally re-engineered the cell.
Yeah.
So for this flagship product, we re-engineered the cell for the first time in 15 years.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, it is badass.
Well, yes, but it is so expensive to build.
Yeah.
And there's over 40 man-hours of labor in one of these.
I can believe that.
Okay, so we don't really make money on this, even though it's the most expensive thing we've ever sold. Once we had developed this technology, we needed to make we were coming out with a new Power Cell 8.
Yeah.
And I didn't, weird year, I didn't want to put out the 6 figures it was going to take just to have all the machine parts to build these things.
Sure.
So we took that technology and put it first in the Power Cell 8 SX.
Yeah.
And people tell me that it's better than our competition's top line model. I recommend you try an 8SX
For sure.
or the new 14.
Yeah.
Also has
also
this
amazing.
technology. It's very close to the Power Cell SRX in performance. It's not close in price. It's less than half the cost.
Yeah.
A quarter of the cost. So because we shot for the moon, we were able to dramatically upgrade the performance of both the 8SX and the 14 because that is the new Power Cell technology.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's killer.
All the new power cells are in a class of their own.
Yeah. And they were always very good, but
they were always great.
But they are unbelievable.
Noise
now.
floor lower, quieter, just more holographic. Everything about the new power cells is amazing. Just amazing.
Correct.
Let's talk real quick about the new.
This is the new black box Carbon.
Yes.
The black box has been one of our most successful products. It's been on the market over a decade, unchanged from when I originally engineered it, back when Barack Obama was president.
Oh boy.
So, because it's made of carbon fiber, it doesn't have a ring to it, which we didn't realize at the time in the original black box. But this has significantly more articulation.
It sure does.
The bass is a lot tighter and more articulated. You hear more variation in the bass note. But the amazing thing is what it does to the mid-range, the highs, and the overall size and scale of the soundstage.
For sure.
It's incredible.
It is.
And it can be stacked.
Yep.
We went with phosphor bronze on the contact points because that's what sounded best in blind listening tests.
Yeah. So you can pop one right on top.
Correct. Or if you already have a bunch of the original black boxes, buy a carbon and stack the original on top, and it's about 85% of what you would get if you had 2 carbons.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Voodoo streamer servers over here.
Okay, so the Voodoo streamer server, first we set out to build the very best PC we could build.
Yeah, sure.
And we would have 2 boxes, and they would look identical, and we would listen to them, but they might have a different CPU.
Yep.
Or a different motherboard, or something was different. And so that went on for a year. That was a long, arduous, expensive process. And then once we were done with that, we rolled in the technology. We rolled in the electromagnetic cell technology from the SRX power cell into this unit. It gets rid of the high frequency noise, which is a byproduct of digital chips, CPU chips, RAM chips. What I found, and this is very interesting, I have always assumed that digital has some deficiency inherent in the format. Because when I compare it to our $100,000 table, the table always sounds a lot bigger and more expansive. It's like the difference between fresh squeezed and frozen concentrate. And I thought that was just digital. But a couple of years ago, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, what are we taking for granted right now in the chain? So we came out with an Ethernet switch. And that brought us closer to the turntable,
Yeah.
but not there.
Yep.
Then we did the same thing with a router.
Yes.
Also bringing us closer, but not there.
Yep.
Now with this, with the Voodoo Streamer server, when we compare our digital streaming Cobuzz, no less, it's even better on a NAS drive.
Yeah.
But streaming Cobuzz, the turntable is smaller sounding, the
Yeah.
sound field.
Yeah.
And absent any inherent benefit that we perceive from the table, we're noticing mechanical noise that we didn't notice before because we were so excited about all the things that it did better.
Yeah.
Now to me, streaming Cobuzz with a good DAC like we have here
Yeah.
is basically like listening to reel-to-reel
Yeah.
tapes.
Yeah.
It sounds like tapes.
It sure does. It sure
And
does.
you can buy one
Yep.
Voodoo Streamer server, use it for everything.
Yep.
Or you can buy two. One becomes your endpoint,
Yep.
the other is your Rune nucleus.
Yeah.
That makes it a little bit better even still.
And that's how we're using it today.
We went, yeah, everything. We've
Yep.
also, brand new are the SRX XL cable loom.
Yep.
And this is the world debut
Yep.
of the Synergistic Research SRX XL speaker cables, interconnects, and power cords.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is our new flagship. It is hands down, far and away, the best cable we've ever made.
I would agree with that.
It's shocking how much better it is than the original SRX.
So in
frankly.
this room, we have a new speaker we're showcasing, and I told you and Damon von Schweikert that we're gonna have too much bass in here because the speaker cables are so resolute and have so much bass energy potential.
Correct.
That we didn't wind up having too much.
We
bass in
didn't because we used 4 black box carbons. Now, had we not had the black box carbons, this room would have been a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just would be a disaster.
Yeah. So the speaker cables are amazing. They're just in a league of their own. Let me just touch on a couple. Anything else that new that you want to showcase here or talk about real quick before we sort of wrap up?
Can't really think of anything. I mean, it was just a great show and it was a great partnership as usual.
Yeah. Couple things. We used the JMF audio, preamp and amplifier. The PRS.
Very good electronics.
Is
And
amazing.
these are very good speakers, by the way. And this, but perhaps for me, this DAC.
I told you.
Yeah, it's killer.
I told you I had a new DAC.
It's
This is
killer.
the Abendrot. It's out of Japan.
It's very good.
It's called the Colt COLT.
What's it
DAC.
retail for?
About 50 grand.
50?
Yes.
So it's not cheap.
It's not cheap, but
It's really good.
we've used 3 or 4 different DACs over the last 10 years, right? We've used.
It reminds me of my Berkeley with more resolution.
Wow.
That's what it is. It's a
I
very
understand.
high resolution. It's very refined.
Yes.
There's no fatigue whatsoever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound like they're rolling things off.
Yeah. No, they're not.
Yeah.
It's an amazing DAC.
Yeah, it's very good.
We're selling that at our stores.
Yeah.
We were using the JMF preamp and amplifier. Everyone commented on the bright red, brand new von Schweikert VR30 speakers. First speaker von Schweikert's put out in a number of years. It's right in the middle of their line. They're about 50 grand. And what do you say? It's
They're really good. They have 6-inch drive. I believe those are 6-inch drivers.
Yep.
And so they're very fast, but they go low.
and there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a lot of firepower in
Yeah.
your room. So the speaker's available in a passive version, which is 49 grand, and an active version, which gives you a booster amp for the woofers for 59 grand.
And the ability to really control the bass. I
the
like that. It's something I've always liked about YGs back in the day.
Back in the day, you're talking 15 years ago. Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
So anyways,
Very smart.
yeah, it's a great product, and they've been working hard on it, and it is a beautiful, beautiful product. So what else to say coming here from Maryland after the election? No comments. But
I hadn't, what election?
just suffice to say, we're
It's
very
great.
Scott Walker Audio coming to you from the Capitol Audio Fest with Ted Denny and Scott Walker Audio. We are connecting you to the moment